Let's move on to another question here, because I know that we're running out of time. It says, this is from Warren and Pam. They write and say, in some of Chuck's teachings, he states that he thinks that Pentecost was not fully completed. Could you please explain why?
Well, we have 7 feasts of Israel, 3 in the first month. And all 7 feasts are commemorative of history and also are prophetic of the future. They all have that characteristic. They're also each one, where they're prophetic, they are fulfilled on the day they're celebrated. So the first 3 are the first coming, and they all have their pretty clear application there, the Passover and all that. The last 3 are in the 7th month, and there's some debate on some of the subtleties there. But there's this weird one in between. Got 3 and 3. You have this one in the middle called Shavuot, or the feast of we call Pentecost for 50 days. Count the. What's so strange about that is it's the only feast in the entire arrangement where leavened bread is ordained. Many people miss that. The only place where leavened bread is literally ordained, number one. Now we recognize that as the birth of the church, because the church was born, Acts chapter 2, on what in Greek we'd call Pentecost, and in Hebrew you'd call it Shavuot. Okay. But one thing that surprised me to discover is that Enoch is regarded in the Jewish world as having been raptured on his birthday.
Right.
And when I first encountered that, I was fascinated to try to track that down, because it's my suspicion. I wouldn't go so far as to want to say I'm teaching this, but it's my suspicion that maybe that's going to be true of Shavuot also, because that's the day the church was born, recognized by most scholars. Feast that the church was born, in a sense, on Acts chapter 2. And so it wouldn't surprise me, I don't want to be setting dates here, but it wouldn't surprise me if the rapture occurs on the church's birthday.
Right. In
the same sense that Enoch apparently was raptured on his birthday. And he also is a type, if you will, of the church in many respects. So as you play with that a little bit, it's curious. It's not strongly enough supported to try to make it a teaching, don't misunderstand me. It's just a provocative possibility.
Right.
But that's why I watch Pentecost with a certain expectation, because we'll see. It wouldn't surprise me at all, because I think God does deal in patterns. But I also believe, I even more strongly believe, that the whole issue of the harpazo is to catch Satan by surprise.
Right.
And I feel that for a number of reasons I won't try to elaborate here. I may not be right, first of all, but not only that, but I think that as I understand the eschatological scenarios, the only thing that isn't clearly pinned down is the harpazo. Everything else someone has fits in order, fits the pattern.
Right.
This is almost deliberately kept afloat. And I think it's the idea is to catch Satan by surprise. Because when that happens, he's got a small window of opportunity. And I think it's God's way of keeping him off balance. And he doesn't know when it's going to happen. But he knows that a prerequisite condition for his move is the harpazo.
Right.
And so we'll see.
So the dual reference there, one is it was significant in terms of an event within the nation of Israel, the birth of Israel. They attribute to Shavuot, the birth of the church. And it could also be, and this is the question mark yet to be proved, it could also be the anniversary in advance of the rapture of the church, is what you're saying. Yeah, fantastic.
We're going to explore